Stay the fuck away. Stay the fuck away. Stay the fuck away. Stay the fuck away. Hey, folks. Back again. Took some time off. You know, whatever. Doesn't matter. Nobody's paying me anyway. So, for starters, some of the worst wildfires ever in the world are burning the entire west coast of the United States and covering the west coast of Canada in a horrible smog. My virtual hugs and kisses go to all of those who are victims of these fires. So, this week, messaging. Now, it is two different problems here in Canada than it is in the United States, but they do combine at some point. So, move along with me on this one. Starting here in Canada, um, for a long time, everybody's been going on about, are we giving the right messaging? Are we sending the right messages? Are we relaying the information correctly? And guess what? No, you're fucking not. And it's mostly by the part of the media. A small amount, as we'll get to, by the government, but I think this is mostly the media's fault. Now, as you know, I've been watching all of the addresses and whatnot since this whole plague broke loose, and right away I noticed the problems in the questions that the media are asking. They're, for the most part, asking either for you to repeat what you just said in your speech, the meat of it, or they're asking for information that can't be given. Every now and then a question gets through, but for the most part, none of these are relevant. It's a waste of everybody's time. So some of the best ones this last week, I got to watch with my wife, who's been here again, who's out enjoying a walk right now, um, and seeing her yell and scream at the TV just like I do, and usually getting to it more quickly than I do because she's fairly new at this. She's only been doing this a little while with me now, and I've gotten kind of tired of screaming at the television, though I often walk away shaking my head. Such as this last week with the introduction of the voluntary quarantine space that they're opening in Toronto. Clearly stated, 140 rooms. We're going to be giving them out based on a case to case basis. It is all voluntary. And it will be somewhere in Toronto, but due to privacy issues, they're not releasing the actual location, which makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. So most of the questions, the question, oh well, how many people can stay there? Did you just listen to the speech? You know, and one reporter really, really, really pushing the point of where is this facility, and that is just absolutely ridiculous. You were told, and then you were told twice more when you asked your stupid fucking waste of time questions. These questions are incredibly important for us to actually get more information than what they had in their prepared speeches, as opposed to less. Okay? You people need to fucking think. And you're sending all of us the wrong message by getting aggressive, by being snappy, by attempting to glean unnecessary information. It doesn't matter where that facility is until you need to use it. Leave it. But of course, then we also have problems of Doug Ford saying, oh, avoid large gatherings, avoid groups. What? Like you just be walking down the street and holy fuck, I'm a goddamn party all of a sudden, and I'm surrounded by QAnon. What the hell? No, no, stay the fuck away. Anybody who suggests having a large get together is a fucking idiot, and you don't want to be anywhere near them. And well, another one that the media is very responsible for, in my opinion, was something I saw that was just disgusting. Um, is when they interview people, and of course, because we all get our information in different manners from different places, a lot of us don't actually have accurate information. And the media ends up showing interviews with people saying really fucking ridiculous things. Like a student who said, well, yeah, I tested positive for COVID last week, which means I'm safe for 3 months. There's no evidence for that anywhere. Nowhere. Yet they just played. They didn't say anything. There was no disclaimer at the bottom stating that this is, what has been said is unproven. And the media, if that's what they're going to show us, is 100% responsible for setting that message right. Or a case in BC, I think it was about 2 weeks ago now, where it was put all over social platforms that this particular person was going to have a party in their small apartment. Well, it got really big on social media, and the police caught wind of it, got a hold of this person, and said, "Yeah, don't do that. You will be fined." So they had the party anyways. The cops showed up, reportedly saying there was so much humidity that you could not see through the windows. It was dripping down the windows. So they kicked everybody out, and they fined the homeowner $2,000. Now, first of all, it is unfair to put police in a position like that, in a place where there is no way, that virus ain't floating around happily. But it gets better. Because the next night, Jerkoff decided to have another party anyway. And of course, the cops showed up, but this time they didn't fine him. They kicked everybody out and gave one person a small fine who refused to leave. But that's it. And later said that they are at liberty to choose how they apply this. Well, yeah, apply it with the right fucking message. Look, asshole, we nailed you last night. We told you not to do this. You did it again. Here's 3 times the fine, or what have you. Okay, I think it's disgusting that we need to even have punishment. We need this deterrent to do the right thing, to act like a reasonable human being, to show respect for others who you may not even know. I don't get it. I don't understand why it's so hard. And this is where the messaging falls apart. Yes, things have changed from the beginning to now. We have learned a lot. We still don't know fuck all, but we've learned a lot more from the beginning. So, yes, the actual official messages have been altered, have changed. They have been appropriately addressed, stating, well, yeah, this is what we now know. And that is absolutely reasonable. It's called learning. But having people run around saying things like, well, yeah, I'm now immune for 3 months, and putting that all over national television for the average Joe who gets all of their information basically from nightly news, largely, the older folks, that's just absolute garbage. The politicians need to start sending the right messaging by one, straight up shutting down any stupid question. That was in my speech. Next question, that question doesn't count. Or at least fucking screening them in the first place. Jesus. And two, they need to knock off the suggestive crap and be very direct. Not try to avoid parties. Stay the fuck away. And the media is very responsible for things like calling, going on about people in offices who are supposed to keep an eye and make sure people are adhering to the regulations, calling them snitches. Well, if you weren't being a bunch of douchebags, not adhering to the mandates, wouldn't need them. They're not snitches. They are unfortunate hall monitors, and we only need them for idiots. But the problem in America is much different. Their administration is straight up lying all the time, constantly, repeatedly, and no one knows what to believe. And that seeps in to Canada. And people start acting as if, here in Canada, as if that's what's going on here, which it isn't. It isn't what's going on. Sure, they may not be telling us everything. No politician ever does. But why help them not tell us everything by asking them to tell us what they've already told us again? It makes no sense. So now, up here, we also have all of these crazy 5G icky motherfuckers running about, tainting the whole thing, creating misinformation, creating this messaging issue, and creating the worst possible thing right now, which is more anxiety, which is the last thing any of us needs, which is why a lot of people are just saying, fuck it, and going out and partying, and which is why numbers are going up. The numbers keep going up. There may not be a vaccine. It may not happen. So stop asking. You'll know. You need to go home and take a deep breath. Go somewhere safe without a mask on, out in your backyard, and set up some chairs well distanced apart and invite a friend or two over. Not 17 of your closest friends. Not your grandmother and a bunch of other people. Proper physical distancing. It's what we need. We cannot live without social contact. And that is fine. But we can live without getting drunk and spitting on each other in bars. We can exist without toga parties. We can exist elsewise. We need to be fucking smart and realize that no matter what stage we're in, there's a few things that haven't changed. Wear a mask in public. Stay the fuck away from each other and wash everything. A lot.